Hey guys, this is Mike here. I'm going to be doing a reaction to the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre gameplay video. It's a gameplay trailer. It's actually unrated, so let's go ahead and check this out. There we go. The game based on true events. Is that in-game? Or is that a cutscene? A house.
This is gonna be fun.
So this is supposed to be a 3-on-4, so you get 3v4.
I can't let you leave.
This is the majority of the game you're going to be hiding. Yeah, what's the most awesome? Oh shit!
You can't hide from me. This is your own fault.
So those like chimes, the bones or whatever, that's the, I guess, the signal the killer. Oh, you can jump out the windows like in Friday the 13th. Run! Run to the main room! Signal for help! Oh, it's coming out next year. God, I thought that was coming out this year. Is there anything else?
Hey, Johnny, you ever take pictures of it when you're done? I do. It's real fun.
All right. So yeah, so that was the trailer. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I think it was it's going to be an interesting dynamic, given that it's an actually 3v4 as opposed to the normal like 1v5 for asymmetrical games. You're kind of seeing like, I know like there's a lot of games out there now that are trying to do this kind of gameplay style. Unfortunately, nobody seems to really have gotten it to the point where like they're a legitimate like threat or counterpart to, I wouldn't say threat, just like a counter game, another game that you could play aside from like, I would say DBD. Obviously, Evil Dead just came out and a lot of people were really hyped about it, but unfortunately, like if you look at say the I would say Steam charts, or not the Steam chart, we can't see the Steam charts because this was released on Epic, but if you look at like say like the Twitch viewership, you can see like interest in this game has gone down very quickly, unfortunately. And I think it has a lot to do with either like the map variation and also with like the killer variation. There's just not a lot of that you can do differently. Like I think the end game is always going to be the same. Like if I remember, you have to get the the Necronomicon. Whatever, you fight the demons, and then eventually have to like protect the book from the demons trying to get the book back or whatever. So I just hope that this game has some, I mean, I think with at least the 3v4, that's an interesting enough gameplay dynamic where people will be, it's going to add some interesting gameplay. I think that's what's going to be different. I hope that, the map, I'm going to guess is going to be the same. Cause I mean, from what we saw in the trailer, that looks like just one map, but I mean, they could kind of do other ones like, regardless of what like you thought of the new what you called not Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which didn't do well. I mean, well, it was reviewed horribly. There was a couple of good parts to it, but like overall the movie was not good. But at least like I would enjoy just doing that like little town square. Like that would be kind of cool to do a level based on. I mean, obviously once you get into like the center of town, you're just kind of like in a dead area. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I was saying, like it's kind of hard to see if there's any legitimate contenders to Dead by Daylight. I don't know why, but it seems like whenever one of these games comes out, like a majority of like the content creators just kind of like are like, well, I'm done with DBD now, and they just kind of say like, I mean, they become a full content creator for the game, and that's fine, and that's great. Like if they can show gamers or people that are playing the game like different builds, and for either side, I thought people are doing that for Evil Dead, and they're also doing it for like the survivors as well, and that's great. But then like the fact that they try to like almost like shun DBD afterwards, like they're never going to play it again, and then you know who the people are, the people that have just kind of like said that they're never going to play DBD again, and then because of their lack of viewership and their lack of the content that they're putting out is just not doing as well as DVD, they could eventually go back to this game. So I mean, it's unfortunate that there's no like counterpart to DVD. Hopefully this game will have a little bit longer staying power. I mean, like I was just saying, like look at Evil Dead. Like, I mean, this is crazy. This game just came out and this is a full release. And then you also look at like games like, Video Horror Society, which just came back. They obviously, they had to stop and, kind of recollect and, do some security management because they were getting DDoSed. And I mean, it's just going to go down. I don't know. Obviously, this isn't fully released yet, and it's kind of hard to say, as far as like Steam chart stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's kind of been sort of a resurgence with Friday the 13th, but not really. I mean, you can kind of see their Steam charts are kind of low, but I mean, there are people still playing it thanks to that like definitive edition mod that's just came out within like the last month or so. So people are kind of replaying that. I mean, we can't really say with like as far as like Steam charts because of it's a completely different dedicated servers that are not Steam based, because like they don't have servers anymore, and because of the whole lawsuit stuff, they haven't really updated. But people are playing the game again because of the unlocked DLC that was never released. You have Jason X DLC. There's an unreleased map, and there's all like brand new cinematic cutscenes. So that's cool. And I did enjoy this game. It wasn't like I didn't have fun playing it, but there was a certain point where you just kind of get to where you're kind of bored with it, because you're just facing Jason, and the maps are kind of all the same. I think that's one of the things that DBD does really well with their content is the maps are all different, the killer's all different, but some of them kind of have the similar characteristics. Everybody talking about how like Sadako, and how she's just kind of useless now that the Dredge is out, because he basically does the exact same thing she does, it only better. But I think the maps keep it interesting. The different perks keep it interesting. So hopefully that's something we see with this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. I think just at least the 3v4 is going to make it a little bit more interesting. It doesn't look like there's a lot of way to fight back, like at least like not like Friday the 13th where you could actually kill the killers. I mean, who knows, you probably could, but at least in this trailer they haven't shown where you could actually like hit back or damage the killers. But you do see like the two other family members other than Leatherface. But I mean, I am interested. I am looking forward to this game, and hopefully, yeah, like hopefully, like I said, like it's a different dynamic. I think one of the things that like kind of sucks, like what I see from like just watching VHS gameplay, is like when you have like a new killer and it's they're by themselves, and then you just see them get like completely blown out of the water by experienced players. That's a hard thing to play, especially like the same thing with DBD too. Like new killers, like they try it out, and then they just get swamped, and they're like, what, I don't want to play this anymore, I'm just gonna go back to Survivor. But I think with this 3v4 aspect, you can kind of work together better. So you have 3 people versus 4, and then you can take one down, and then you can. I think it's a lot easier to have like a snowball effect, because that's something that you could see. Like if you play DBD enough, that like you could just be mopping the floor with a killer. But then once you guys, once one person goes down, and then another person goes down, and then all of a sudden, like you're stuck in the basement because of the snowball effect that just happened. That you're like, oh fuck, like how do we get out of here? And does anybody have BT? Doesn't everybody have decisive strike? And this is like depending on if you're in a Swift or if you're completely playing with randos. I mean that all goes into the the gameplay as well, because you don't know what other people are running. Well, like if you play with a 3-man squad and you're all working together, I mean that can be pretty brutal as well. So I don't know, it's interesting. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm looking forward to this game, and yeah, I hope we get to hear more about it in the future. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. You have any comments about what I said? If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you'd like to see me do other videos. Just let me know. You can you follow me on Twitch at Ronin Mike, or on Twitter at Ronin Mike V. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great day. Peace out.